A 25-year-old has been arrested in the Boston bomb hoax. Now, there was a backpack that was left at the finish line of the Boston Marathon, and of course, everyone went into a panic, especially since it was 1 year after the Boston Marathon bombing. Now, the 25-year-old has been arrested, and it's very, very clear that he wanted attention. In fact, in the past, he has said that he wants to bring the world to a more stylish and freely dressing place. I don't know what that means, but he also said that he really needed more exposure, which is probably why he did this. And as you guys can tell, we're not revealing his name because he's a douchebag. He also said that he's a fashion designer first and a wannabe entrepreneur second. He knows fashion. He isn't afraid to tell it to you straight, even though he's a total, and he says, fag. So anyway, we have a video of him also being a douchebag. He's wearing a black veil. Yeah, he was wearing the backpack.
I don't know if he meant that as a fashion statement with the black veil or he was trying to get people to think he's Muslim, but boy, he is so lucky he didn't get shot. Well, I mean, it's a minor miracle that in today's America, especially in a Boston Marathon, and you got that bag on you and you're acting like that, and you didn't get shot, that's amazing, right? This guy's a total and utter jackass. Everybody knows that, but I think the more important point here is, look, I've been saying this for literally over a decade. A lot of these shootings, and now luckily in this case he didn't actually do any act of violence, he just acted like a fool and threatened violence or had fall violence there, is because they want to get famous. Look, even the Newtown shooter read up on how all the different mass shooters got famous, and apparently in his notes that was clear that that was one of his objectives, right? I thought all the way back in Columbine, these kids want to get famous. And they're all these people literally dying for fame. And this guy thinks, well, I don't want to get shot. I don't actually want to die for fame.
Yeah.
But he said in his note, I
need more exposure. I really need exposure. That's what he's looking for. And that's what's really sick about our culture today, because originally, you know, you would have people making fools out of themselves on reality TV, and it was really just shits and giggles. It wasn't that big of a deal, right? But now there's like an obsession among some people to make terroristic threats because that's going to lead to some sort of nationwide attention, even if it's negative attention.
So that leads to the American Airlines story.
Earlier this week, there was a 14-year-old Dutch girl who was sending out sent out one terroristic tweet to American Airlines. She said that she was a Muslim who was going to do something really bad to American Airlines, and as a result, they contacted the FBI, and then she got arrested. Well, after that happened, you would think that it would teach a lesson to all of these teenagers, but no, more and more teenagers started tweeting out ridiculous threats to the airline. So they want the attention.
So even after it had become apparent that she was going to get busted, the original tweeter, right? She said, oh my God, I got 10,000 retweets, I'm famous.
She got 20,000 new followers, 10,000 retweets, and she's like, it's a good day for me on Twitter.
So even as the authorities are closing in on her house, she thinks, oh, this went really well, because I got retweeted 10,000 times, okay? And then other people, like Anna said, think, and by the way, they're so unimaginative. They all did it to American Airlines, because she did it to American Airlines. Right, and so they all like, yeah, I want to get famous too. I want the FBI to arrest me too. And then this guy's prancing around like a jackass, looking to get shot in Boston. And there's no end to this, because I thought when you said old days that you were going to say in the old days people got famous for actually doing something. Like Mozart got famous because he was pretty good at composing, right? Joe DiMaggio got famous because he's pretty good at baseball. You had to be pretty good at something to get famous. Now, then there was the reality stars who became famous for being jackasses on TV. And now there's real reality.
Yeah.
And in the real world, they're like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm dumber than you are.
Now there are people that are messing with other people's lives. Now, in the case of the hoax bomber, like he didn't actually, it wasn't really a bomb, whatever.
He did mess with their lives, though. I mean, they cleared the area. He ruined the end of the
he did.
People probably were panicked.
But it also obviously goes further. There are bombers and mass shooters who do what they do because they want name recognition for it, and that's really sick. And you know, I'm not a psychologist, but what is it about people that makes them so obsessed with being known, even if it means that it's going to ruin their lives for being known?
Because they feel insignificant otherwise. they feel insignificant, and this is a way
Well,
to
they'll
solve
be
their
insignificant in prison for the rest
Yeah,
of their
no. I
lives.
mean, look, it doesn't work out, and there's something wrong in the head that causes that, but that's what it is, I presume.
No, that's 100% right. They are yearning for significance.